Hey, what's going on, everyone? I am the OPJellicent, and we're back in Pokemon Showdown today for a Sun and Moon UBERS Showdown live. UBERS is a tier that I really enjoy playing, but I actually don't do it on the channel a lot. I do a lot more OU, but it's a tier that I'm very experienced in. I laddered up a bit last night, because I haven't laddered up since the ladder reset, but I do know a lot about it. So we have Nasty Plot 3 attacks Darkrai here with the Darkinium Z. Pretty much the idea is Nasty Plot up and then Black Hole Eclipse kills. It just gets a kill. Sludge Bomb is there for Xerneas, and then Focus Blast hits like E-Killer, Arceus, and stuff like that. And opposing Darkrai. We have Primal Groudon right here, Spidef Primal Groudon. It's a great response to Geomancy Xerneas. It is our Stealth Rocker, gets a Roar, Lava Plume, Precipice of Blades. Speaking of Xerneas, we do have Geomancy Xerneas. The main responses to this are, as I said, Primal Groudon, Ho-Oh, and Solgaleo. And if the team lacks one of those three, it can really just sweep through. E-Killer Arceus is great. The Swords Dance up on extreme speed kills everything. Defensive defog support with our Giratina right here, just so that our team's not getting pitched down. None of these mons really appreciate hazards. And then Banded Solgaleo, which is super strong. We're running Adamant, not Jolly, so we'll see how that goes, because we don't outspeed offensive Primal Groudon, but it's really hard. So let's go ahead and find a match. As usual, if you guys are new, be sure to subscribe using the icon in the bottom left. It really helps out the channel a lot, and I do have another Showdown live going up later today, and the team will be down in the description below if you guys want to try it alongside me. So, we have a match right here, and this guy's really weak to Xerneas. If I can weaken the Groudon, and I think a great way of doing that is just getting up my hazards right away. He does have a Defogger, which I am a little bit worried about, but I think my win cons here are Darkrai and Xerneas. Our E-Killer can also win, but I have to get rid of the Giratina, because we're not carrying Shadow Claw, we're carrying Earthquake. We do have Ice Beam, but it's not going to do a whole lot, so I'm going to try to get up my rocks right away. He's going to lead off with his Yveltal. So, this is alright. I don't really need Groudon particularly, because Kyogre is an easy switch in, so I'll go right here for the Stealth Rock, and just try to get those up right away. He might go directly into Giratina to defog. He's going to do just that. He's going to go directly into Giratina, so I'm expecting a defog right here. I'm just going to spam my Stealth Rocks, because I do have more Stealth Rocks than he has Defogs, and I'm going to force him to attack me right here. Oh, wow, it's a speed tie. So, now that I know it's a speed tie, that's pretty terrible. I have to roar him out. Actually, I can fish with the Lava Plume Burn. Let's see what happens. Oh, I should have roared him out that turn, but this is alright. What I'll do here is get up my rocks. And then I will, he's gonna go for Defog now. I could just bank on the speed tie, but no, I can get up rock safely later, I think. Yeah, I'm just gonna bank on the speed tie. The problem is he could have Shadow Sneak or something like that, but that'll help out with the Shadow Sneak. So we're gonna take a ton of toxic damage right here. We should drop to it this turn, so I'm really hoping we lose the speed tie right now and he gets the defog off first, but that's not going to happen. It actually goes right for Hex, which is great, because now we get to keep our rocks up, which is exactly what I wanted, because I can bring in Darkrai now, and Shadow Sneak's going to be doing nothing. I can even Nasty Plot up if I want. Is it worth it? Because the Lucario could have Mach Punch or Vacuum Wave or something of the sorts, and we do still have to deal with the E-Killer Arceus, so not sure if that's the best course of action right now. We're going to try it, because he could go for Shadow Force. Ooh, it's Arceus Fairy. We outspeed this, I'm pretty sure. And, we definitely knock you out with Sludge Bomb. Oh, we don't. Judgment's gonna be able to knock me out. Wow, Darkrai. What's your special attack stat? Isn't it 135? That's alright, though. We can still win with, Arceus, but that's a little bit annoying. What I'll do here is bring out my, Arceus. And I'll go right for the, I'll just go right for the Ice Beam, in case he wants to switch in, like, the Giratina again. We can just go right for the Ice Beam right here. I just need a bit of damage on the, we got the damage that we needed off on the Arceus, so we just need a bit of damage on the, Kyogre. Can I calc that to see if this is Spidef or not? Arceus Fairy. Uber Utility, apparently it runs this out, a little bit of speed. Okay, so it's more defensive, or... Let's check, actually. Let's just make sure. +2 Sludge Bomb does 77 to 91. So that could have killed, but we got the lower end of the rolls. The roll is in his favor for him to live, assuming he was the spread right here. So I probably should have calced before just jumping in. How much would Black Hole Eclipse have done? 51 to 60. So this guy's taking his time. We can definitely win with our E-Killer Arceus right now, but I definitely need to be careful about how much health does this Groudon at? Because I can try extreme speeding up, but we did get some damage on the Giratina earlier. I'm just gonna go right for the Swords Dance and see if this can work. He is going to make the Kyogre play. Do we knock you out? Let's assume you're offensive, because Uber Combined, I guess. Against Arceus. Uber Bulky Extreme Killer, I guess. Extreme Speed does this much if we are +2. Then we have Life Orb, not Silk Scarf. Are we Adamant or Jolly? We are... We're Jolly, so I have to double check the damage calc right now. He's at 88. So the damage calc says for Jolly, we do 9. We knock him out. So we'll go for Extreme Speed right here, knock that thing out, and we might be good to go depending on what Giratina does. He goes right into his Groudon right here. Now, if I don't kill this thing with Extreme Speed, my better play is definitely just to Swords Dance up again. So we'll check right here. Uber Defensive Stealth Rock. At +4, do we knock you out? We could. I'm going to go for the Swords Dance because that's the all-around better play. He goes right for the +6 with Blades. I know we can live that. The problem is we only have a few Life Orb hits on us right now, and I know Earthquake can knock this thing out now. So we're going to go right for the Earthquake, knock that thing out. And he's just going to forfeit the match, yeah. So he could have gone Lucario and Bullet Punch, but then I would have gotten a free 6 switch into Xerneas. And Xerneas honestly won the match at this point. We definitely took out Bullet Punch from even Adamant Adaptability Lucario, and we just killed everything with Moonblast. So that's going to be game 1, number 1. Nasty Plot Darkrai, I'm really sad I didn't kill that Arceus right there, because it would have just swept through the team. He would have had to sack both the... his Arceus, which didn't even have Extreme Speed, and get a ton of damage off with the Lucario just to even get past that. So we have another match right here, and this is definitely another match that Darkrai can win, but I just have to be careful about the E-Killer as usual and the Marshadow. So what I'm going to do here is try to get on my rocks right away again. He's going to lead off with the Yveltal. This guy does not have a Defogger, unless it is Arceus Water, and he decides to defog with that. So we're going to get up our rocks right here. It'll chip away at... That's not going to do anything right now. And actually what I'm going to do is Lava Plume this guy, because I don't... Well, yes, Groudon can do work. He's going for Oblivion Wing. That's a flying type move. I could just let it knock me out. I think I just will. Or I can go Solgaleo. I don't expect a Dark type move to come out now. That was a crit. Which is annoying because now he's out of range of my... I'd have to go for Stone Edge. He's locked in. So Stone Edge, if it connects, should be able to knock this thing out. It does. Okay, so Banded Solgaleo. Gotta get its first kill, I think. That might have... Did it get a kill the first match? I don't remember. But he should know we're banded, so he's gonna bring out the Marshadow. And since our... lovely Groudon there was so weak, and he's probably going for close combat, to be honest. I could just go Xerneas, but I'm going to sack off the Groudon. See what he decides to go for. He goes right for the close combat, as expected, so... What I'll do here is go Darkrai. I will, this is a speed tie. Is it really something I want to play around with? I think I have to. He switches out into Arceus Fairy. Okay, so now I know that this thing is into range of +2 Sludge Bomb, so I can keep that in mind later in the match. The annoying thing is I just let both my Fairy answers get weakened, and he has an Arceus Fairy. So I think I have to go out into Solgaleo. On his, he actually goes for Defog. So that's annoying because now my rocks aren't there to stay, but that's not the end of the world for me. My rocker is dead. But I'm pretty sure I live any one hit from this thing, and I can honestly just go right for a... I really want to predict Groudon and just go right for an Earthquake. I think I'm going to blink that play, or Toxapex. Yep, we got it right. It's going to do like a lot, and it's eject button. Ooh. Okay, so Marshallow's coming out now. It's definitely going to take a kill. There's Marshadow, and we'll just go right for the Earthquake. How much health does this Groudon at? I don't think it ever came in. He knows he has to preserve it too. He went for the Spectral Thief this time. Do I think he's locked in? He might be locked in. That's definitely a possibility. Well, let's go Arceus right here. And we'll just throw off an Extreme Speed, I think. Oh, wait. Should have Earthquaked. I mean, he has the drops now, but I don't know why I didn't Earthquake right there. Yeah, you're fighting Ghost. That was stupid, but I could SD up right here. He went for close combat. And he outspeeds me too, so I have to make a swap here. Or I could brink on his over prediction. But I'm just gonna go right out into Xerneas. Let's see if he went for Spectral Thief. Oh, he went for close combat again. And what I'll do right here is just throw off a Moonblast, I think. I'm kind of hoping he sacks this mana off. He goes directly into Scizor, which is alright. That's going to take a lot. The problem is now we're into range of Bullet Punch, so I'm going to go right out to Giratina right here. We'll see if he's SD. Oh, he just U-turns out, so that's alright. I'm really hoping he brings out... Out comes the Marshadow, so I'm definitely Shadow Sneaking you. Even if he wants to knock me out, I just want a ton of damage off on this thing. There's the Soul Stealing 7-star Strike, or Never Ending Nightmare, what? Should have run the Soul Stealing, but I think this is literally going to come down to a speed tie with Darkrai. Because I can win the match right now if I Nasty Plot up. But the problem is, I think I have to bank on winning a speed tie with Darkrai. Or actually, I could bank on his choke, but I'm just going to go right for the Nasty Plot. And hoping he goes Arceus Fairy. He goes out into Toxapex, which is definitely setup fodder for me. Problem is he could have like Toxic. And I don't want myself getting worn down into range of Scizor. So we go right here for Dark Pulse. And we may actually just sweep him because I know we live a hit from this, I know we can Never Ending Nightmare that. You die to a Sludge Bomb. I confirmed this last match, yep. Since we got that extra chip damage off. You die to a Dark Pulse. As I said, that's not going to do anything. Get that thing out of there. Out comes Marshadow. This is just going to be a speed tie, and it's going to be pretty stupid. He might not be max speed. I don't know. But Darkrai will die to our Darkinium Z Black Hole Eclipse, and he's just going to reconnect. So we're going to claim that victory, and we are going to find another match. We got the Darkrai sweep that we wanted, which is amazing because Nasty Plot Darkrai really ripped through that. I really want a Black Hole Eclipse to Groudon, so it's disappointing that he left, but I believe I already clicked this button, yeah. Salamence is a big threat. I definitely need my rocks up early. He could just lead Giratina. But no, he's going to lead off with his Groudon. Judging from the fact that we both have a Defogger, I don't know if just going right for the Precipice Blades is the best option. Not sure. I could go right for Rocks too. Is this guy coming back? I don't think he is. We'll go right for the Stealth Rock on his Precipice Blades. That does 100. It's minus 100, but we lived. Okay. So now we're gonna go out into Giratina. On the Fire Punch, which is completely alright, as long as he doesn't burn me. And this gives me a free Shadow Force. It's Sword Stance, ooh. What's great here is that he's actually going to SD up twice, but he's going to take a ton of damage. And now all I can do is just sack off my Groudon to the Fire Punch, and then this allows me to bring out my Darkrai, I think? Darkrai can do the old job. Is there anything else that wants to come in and revenge kill this? Not really. Everything else gets outsped. I have to go Darkrai, and I think I have to fire off my Black Hole Eclipse. Let's check. Darkinium Z Special Attacker, Dark Pulse. Yep, we have to go for Black Hole Eclipse right here. It will be able to knock this thing out. And now Xerneas has a really fun time with his team. Everything just dies to Xerneas. The only problem is his own Xerneas if he manages to Geomancy up first. If that comes out, I'm immediately going for the Sludge Bomb, no questions about it. Even if he wants to knock me out, I need to put this thing into range of E-Killer. Poison too, ooh. If he goes right for the Moonblast. So he doesn't even bother to Geomancy up. And I can just go directly into my... I could have gone hard Solgaleo too, I guess, but... I can just go out into Arceus right here. Go right for the Extreme Speed. And I'm hoping he brings out Ments and not expecting the Ice Beam, and I can just Ice Beam that thing. But the better play is Marsh Shadow. If it's Banded Marsh Shadow, I'm not sure how much Spectral Thief into Shadow Sneak does to my own Xerneas, but we can deal with it. My biggest fear right now is the Salamence Dragon Nymph sweeping us, but we have Ice Beam on this thing, specifically for that. The Yveltal will take 25% if it comes in. Marsh Shadow, I'm going to be careful not to Extreme Speed this time. This guy lost due to an activity. We're going to get his points, which is great. That guy was pretty high up. Top 10 is not very high. I mean, not top 10. I've been watching too much Pokegame, but top 500 on the UBERS ladder is not very high. It's only like 1500. Yeah, 1519, so it's really not that terrible. This guy's going to go out into his Marsh Shadow right here. And I'm not going to do what I did last time. I'm probably just going to let him knock me out, to be honest, so then I can go Xerneas and just win the game. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. I'm hoping he's choice locked in right now, because I can just Geomancy up, and then we win the game with this Mon. Because everything just dies to Moonblast. Even Spectral Thief into Shadow Sneak should not be able to knock me out, especially if he's not choice banded, and if he's choice banded, he's locked into close combat right now. So we Geomancy up and we just click Moonblast 4 times. Ideally, that's what happens here. I think he's realizing, if he's locked in, then he's realizing right now that he doesn't really have a counterplay. He does have the Spectral Thief. Let's see how much this does. It does 50, which I know we can take. And now we outspeed him, and if he doesn't have Shadow Sneak, we win the game. So, and he would have to crit us with Shadow Sneak. Yeah, that's not doing enough. We can Moonblast right here. Not sure if any of these mons get priority. I guess if he's Sucker Punched on Yveltal. But we might take it, to be honest. I'm not sure. He does go Yveltal. My play here is Moonblast, no matter what. We'll see if he has the Sucker Punch. He does not have the Sucker Punch, so that thing's going to go down. And we just sweep him with this Mon. Yeah, he's going to forfeit the match. And let's see where that brings us to 1375. So we are climbing. We started this episode at 1300, and we are at 1375, which is great. We have another match, Cloyster. It's a big threat. I never thought I would find myself saying that, but we don't really have a response. We have our Solgaleo, I guess, so if he's the standard coverage of Icicle Spear, Rock Blast kind of thing, we can deal with that pretty easily. We'll lead off with my Groudon and get up rocks as usual. He does not have a Defogger unless Arceus has it. As usual, it could be Arceus Water, but the fact that he has a Cloyster does not lead me to believe that. This guy has two Xerneas answers too, so I'm kind of hoping he sacks them both away, kind of like I did a few matches ago. But we'll ignore. My main way of winning this match is not Xerneas, it is Darkrai, which means I have to weaken the Yveltal, which is my main reason of getting up rocks. Even if he gets up rocks, that's completely alright. I just want my own up. Because rocks help me out a lot more than they help him. Because I don't have a Mon that's particularly weak to rocks on this team. And you know what, I want a ton of damage off on this thing. He even misses his Precipice Blades, which kind of sucks for him. Because now I'm going to go directly into Giratina on the next Precipice Blades. And I'm just going to Shadow Sneak this thing and knock him out. So he got nothing out of that exchange. And we just managed to knock him out with a Shadow Sneak. He's going for the game right here, apparently. I'm just going to Dragon Tail. We've missed our Dragon Tail. Okay, so he's starting to Hazard Stack us. Do I want to defog? We still have our Stealth Rocker, and he doesn't. So we're going to defog these hazards away. And then we'll go out into Groudon. Probably on an Ice-type move. Yep. We'll skip the end, because that animation takes forever, and we'll get up a rocks right here. It's going to Shell Smash up. And do we live the next one? That did 33, so the next one we might live, depending on whether he crits one or not. And I think I'll just go for Lava Plume. So he's going to Rapid Spin over anything, so we're going to be able to get rid of him. We counter you, don't we? I'm going to get up rocks on this. Yeah, we take 2. And we can Precipice Blades you. Hopefully we live this. No, we didn't get the roll. But that's alright. What I can do here is bring out my Solgaleo. And he has 0 Banded Flare Blitz switching from the looks of it, so right now. That actually did nothing. I should have gone for Sunsteel Strike. Okay, but this is alright. He's probably locked in. And now what I'll do is double into Solgaleo on a Judgment, unless he's not locked in. Yeah, he's not locked in, but he has... Oh man, this is actually scary because I have to go for Sunsteel Strike now. Okay, so we go Arceus. Do we take a Judgment? Arceus Fairy. Dash Fairy. If he's Calm Mind, then Arceus, just normal Arceus, offensive Extreme Killer. Judgment does that much. So we have to SD into the attack. Come on, Calm Mind up again, man. You know you want to. So we SD up right here on his Judgment, which I know we can live just fine. And he honestly should go March Shadow, but he's not going to. We're gonna knock him out with the Extreme Speed. And it's looking really great for Darkrai right now. I'm not really sure what we set up on though. That's the problem. So we might just go right for attacks. We could set up on the Yveltal, but it could Oblivion Wing us. And we would have to connect like a Focus Blast on that thing to stand a chance. March Shadow should be his switch in of choice right now because everything else is just going to die. He could go Solgaleo if he's really not expecting the Earthquake, but usually Arceus either has Earthquake or Shadow Claw, so I wouldn't go Solgaleo if I were him. I would go March Shadow. Probably just go right for the close combat. But the problem is, doesn't Darkrai kind of... I think it's literally going to come down to a March Shadow Darkrai speed tag. Unless... Nah, I think that's the case. He is going to go out in the March Shadow, as he should. And what I'll do here is, I think I'm just going to try to win the game with Xerneas right now. I'll go right here for Earthquake on the close combat. Bring out Xerneas. We'll go right for the Geomancy. And then we'll try to, I guess, Focus Blast the Solgaleo. We might live a Sunsteel Strike, I don't know. If it's banded, we definitely won't, but... what I'll do here is go right for the Focus Blast. We do connect, that does a lot, and if we live this, then we actually just win the match. We don't live it, unfortunately, so that's going to force me out into my Darkrai. And we'll go right here for the Dark Pulse. Knock him out. Not sure what he brings out here. He brings out Marshadow. Do I have to Dark Pulse, or can I Darkinium Z? Darkrai. Just Marshadow. Let's say Blank said I have to go for the not the Never-Ending Nightmare, this move, and we do win the speed tie, which is great because we're going to be able to Black Hole Eclipse him and knock that thing out. So Darkrai doing a ton of work. That crit did not matter. Here, I'll put the calc on screen right now. Z did 91 to 107, so now this thing's going to come out. It could have Roost, I guess. I guess if the best play is if it has a Roost, it's just Nasty Plot up. So we'll do that. He's going to go for the U-turn. And actually, I think I should just Sludge Bomb right here. How much do we do? Darkrai. Yveltal. That's probably like Scarf. We do nothing, wow. So I have to Focus Blast here. He goes for the U-turn, so it is a speed time. We do miss. That could actually be the game. Unless he's locked in. If he's locked in, then we're fine. Because he's outspeeding us, which definitely means he's locked in, and he can't... I don't think he can 1v1 this. Which means we can Dragon Tail right here, or what's the strongest attack? Dragon Tail is, I think. Yeah, he's locked in. He can't win this. We just Dragon Tail a few times, and we're good. Because he's choice locked into that. He should have just gone for something else against the Darkrai and tried to win that way, but... he decided not to, and I think we'll get, I'll check how long it's been, and I'll be right back for you guys. So it turns out it's only been around 24 minutes, so we can definitely get another one, because I like to keep these around 30 minutes, just because, so, we definitely do have a time to get another one. I'm hoping we don't find, like, UBERS stall with a Lugia and all that. That would be kind of disgusting, but we'll find a match right here. By the way, shoutouts, I'll leave a link to the art of this in the description. I really like it. Found it on Google Images. That's pretty much where I get all the backgrounds from, but look at Darkrai's eye. He looks so spooky. I remember the music at wherever you found him in Sinnoh. I think it's called New Moon Island was really scary. So At least for me as like a 7-year-old or whatever. But what I'll do here is lead off with my Groudon. We do have 2 Xerneas answers, as we clearly saw that Solgaleo countered Xerneas last match, so we can do this easily. The good thing here is that he cannot, he definitely cannot Hydro Pump right here, so Stealth Rocks is pretty free. If he flinches me with Dark Pulse, I guess that could be annoying, but I need my rocks up. And I'm really hoping it's not Defog Arceus right now, or random Defog man, I've seen that a few times. He goes right for the taunt. Ooh. You got me, man. I'll go right here for the Lava Plume just because I'm not expecting him to switch out. That does a lot. I could have gone for Precipit's Blades right there because now he's going to get up 2 layers of hazards. Actually, I'm just going to go directly out into my Giratina and just start defogging away. Actually, yeah, I forgot he has taunt, so we'll Shadow Sneak right here. That was a lot. We knock him out though, but he has 2 layers of hazards up, which is really going to hurt. I need to defog this on whatever comes in. He's definitely going to go out into like a Xerneas. So my main response here is actually going to be my Solgaleo, not my Groudon, because I don't want my Groudon getting poisoned. He goes right for the Moonblast, which is completely alright, and I'm looking for his Banded Earthquake switch-ins, which I'm going to go for because staying in would be a trash play. He goes Marshadow, which I don't even understand at all, but we can go out into Groudon and get up our rocks against this. Yeah. Like, when I look at the matchup, I think that my rocks are a lot more important than getting rid of his. So, we should be able to live a close combat, too. Never mind. So, this is definitely looking kind of bad right now, because we don't have hazards up and he has 2 layers, but do we have a mon that we can go out into that won't care about this? I guess E-Killer, but E-Killer is one of my ways of winning the game, as well as Darkrai. All of these mons can win the game, but I need to get rid of these hazards right away. So, what mon do I want to go out into to kill this thing? Giratina's fine. We'll go right here for the Shadow Sneak. He might switch out. But no, we'll go right for the Shadow Sneak. Oh yeah, I can't risk him Spectral Thiefing me. And then whatever comes in right now, this thing I have to go out into my Xerneas on, I think. It was Intimidate. I could defog, but then I'm just letting him Dragon Dance up for free. Now here, what I'll do is defog. Oh, it's this set. Does it run a Dragon type move? Not sure, but I'll try to Dragon Tail you out right now. He goes for Frustration. That's not even going to knock me out, so we get the better end of that because we get rid of the hazards and get him out of there. And bring him into Arceus Poison, which is interesting. This thing I'm just going to Shadow Sneak because I need a little bit of damage off on it to knock it out with the Darkrai. And it's Arceus Poison, which means it counters my my Xerneas, but we can go out into Darkrai right here. And just go right for the Nasty Plot. Not sure how much we do to the Xerneas, but we'll go right here for Nasty Plot. We'll see how much Judgment does. He goes right for the Sludge Bomb, actually, which does a lot. And we'll just start off the Black Hole Eclipse right now and probably knock him out. He's getting rid of one of his 2 Xerneas answers. So right here, we outspeed the Mence. This is probably Scarf Xerneas unless Sludge Bomb doesn't knock him out, yeah. Which is why we needed those rocks up, but it's not the end of the world. We'll go Solgaleo right here. We'll go right for the Sunsteel Strike. Not sure what, yeah, we'll just go right for the Sunsteel Strike. I'm hoping he goes Mence. He does sack off the Salamence expecting an Earthquake. Wow, misplays. Because that was his win condition, but now he goes Groudon, which I'll definitely weaken for my E-Killer Arceus in the back, because that's going to do a lot. Ooh, that's interesting, but unless you're Double Dance, he's Earth Power. So he's offensive, which means my E-Killer should have no problem locking this out at +2. Groudon Primal if he's a Rock Polish. Arceus. If we're our offensive, I keep on clicking that first one. Offensive Extreme Killer, Extreme Speed at +2 doesn't knock him out. 55 to 65 against 168, 0 defense. So we need a bit of damage on this. Which means we go Xerneas first. we go right here for the Geomancy, because he should not be able to knock me out with anything. Oh wait, he outspeeds us. But does he outspeed us now? I don't think so. Because we hit... Oh, he does outspeed us now. Oh, he decided not to Fire Blast though, so we get that damage off, and that's going to be the game. Because if he... I definitely misplayed right there, not going directly for Moonblast, because then E-Killer Arceus would have just won the game, but I decided to Geomancy, and if he connected a Fire Blast right there, he would have knocked us out, but now he just loses, because he decided to go for that attack. So that is going to be the UBERS live. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comment section below. Definitely an interesting one. Darkrai did do a ton of work, as did Xerneas and Arceus. They are what's mainly going to be doing the work on this team. And speaking of the team, it will be down below once again if you guys want to try it out. Be sure to subscribe down in the bottom right with that icon if you guys want to don't miss any lives, and I will see you guys in the next Showdown live. Bye.